it.
Right. Who are you, darling?
What the
Who are
heck?
you? But you guys, it's the motherfreaking duo. The duo. It's the motherfreaking duo. My name is Neat.
Oh, my name is this.
Yeah, my name is Neat.
Hey, my name is this.
Ooh, hey, D to the U to the O. D to the U to the O.
Ooh,
D to the U to the O. Yeah, D to the U to the O. 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 Yeah, D to the U to the O.
And we're back, Musty Christy.
What we saying?
The duo is back.
Back in action, back like we never motherfucking lived.
What's up, Musty Christy?
I'm Trigger Roche.
I'm Destiny Lynn.
And you have been tuned in to another episode.
DNT Podcast.
What it is, what it ain't gonna be. Let's just get straight into it.
Highlight of the week. I think I know both of us. Y'all got a little sneak peek on
It's just a no-brainer.
On
Alright,
Instagram,
this one
man.
drop. This was drop. We got the next.
Yeah. That'd be the week of the day before the anniversary, I think.
But yes, of course, like we just said, highlight of the week is the photo shoot we just shot for the 1 year podcast anniversary, and it was very, 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 very good. I think it went very well.
That that day was like busy, but I feel like it flew by in a way.
Yeah.
Shit, we got our makeup done for like all day.
Right.
That process was just so long because things didn't go as planned, but it's okay.
Right, I ain't even shedding. I'm not even finna
Shed light on that.
keep shedding light on it. Just know everything happened the way it was supposed to today.
But it was a long day, but I was like, it was a good day.
Yeah.
We always be having, I feel like when it comes to podcasts, we always be having long days planning stuff or having events. But it was like, it was a good long day.
It was a long day. Yeah.
But
I wasn't even just that wore out. We still went out for a little minute or whatever.
Yeah.
It came out home, but
we still and we was having fun. We was doing stuff that we wanted to do, and
I'm telling you, I was really just trying to stay intentional on the vlog because
girl,
I was determined, girl. I don't even know if I'm gonna add the little part I did when I came home. But I ended the video in the bathroom or whatever just to wrap up the vlog. But even if I don't add it, I think it's still in. Cause I don't want it to be too long. I need it to be just 10 minutes really. I just want it to be a short little video, just something to post on the page.
You wasn't in there when he showed me, but girl, he showed me the little, cause how we was talking about just upgrading our quality or whatever. He was showing me this little pocket camera that he used for his real estate video.
Oh yeah, I remember he mentioned it.
He ended up showing it to me. Remember that camera is so legit, and it was dang, that would be very useful when we have our events and stuff because it's easy enough to just turn around and you can turn it this way for YouTube, and the screen can go up and down for reels and stuff, and you can flip the camera so you can see yourself while you're recording. Yeah. It was very nice. And you can set it panoramic or whatever it's called. So when you move, even if you sit it, when you move, it moves with you.
With you, yeah.
So it get everything. I was definitely investment.
Right. Especially because I think he mentioned it come with some mics and everything.
Yeah, it come with the clip mics.
Mm.
And that's
okay, for sure. Yeah, definitely go look into that.
Yes. But yes, the photo shoot was amazing, and
stay tuned for the content because it's coming. So, give me time. I'm still human. I still have not came up with the name for this segment. I think it's gonna hit me once I just stop thinking about what to name it. So I'm just gonna continue to bring the content. They say keep posting content, so
keep posting.
That's what I'm gonna keep doing. So that's all I've been focused on. I'm not worried about the name of it. That's gonna come a little lighter. But yes, y'all know I'll be doing this little segment or whatever when I try to drop y'all a few gems in there or whatever. But I'm just piggybacking basically off the last ones that I read from last week. And I know I said on there it was 2 that I said I wanted me and friend to do on a daily basis or whatever. And I started it 2 days ago. And then I was thinking today of like what to like read or tell them, and I'm like, well, I'll just give them a little homework for the ones that just really be in tune with stuff like this, or just really listen to this part.
Yeah.
I'll just give them a little homework or whatever, and they can start doing it as well too, and just see if it'll just make a difference or whatever within their little lives, their routine. But the first one that I did read from, the first one was, each day write down one thing your body allowed you to do. Oh, the title of this chapter was, once again, was goals to set that are more about enjoying what you have than chasing what you don't. And the first one was, each day write down one thing your body allowed you to do. It said whether it was watching your favorite show or listening to the sounds on the street on the way to work, or being able to see a computer screen or hug someone you love. Focus on what your body does more than what it looks like doing, than what it looks like it's doing. So it was a no-brainer. I ain't gonna say it's a no-brainer because it might be hard for some people, but once I just sat and was like, one thing my body just allowed me to do, like, a lot of stuff came to mind, but I'm like, okay, it's just one thing. So
one thing.
But I've honestly been doing 3. Like, at least 2 to 3. Just write down 2 to 3 things. Yeah. Like, it could be something as simple as talking, yawning, like, anything.
Yeah.
And the second one was, this was very beneficial to me. It says, start a journal of days where you write down a sentence or 2 that sums up each day of your year. It said the reason keeping up with that journal is only sustainable for a week or so is that nobody has the time or energy to thoughtfully or extensively detail every living day, or extensively detail their everyday lives. Yet we miss out on the incredible opportunity to see how far we've come and what our lives are ultimately compromised of when we fail to. So make it easy for yourself. Just write down one sentence that sums up the day before bed. In a year, you'll be grateful you did. So I started that, and it is very helpful because I'm not a person that, like, something
just one good thing, or just
it
one
can be
thing.
Just sum up your day.
Sum up the day.
Yeah, in a word or two, because I do that. Like, that's me. Like, I probably journal whenever I do be dabbling into journaling. I'll do it for about a good week and a half, and then it's over with after that because I think I'd be so burned out on trying to, like, fill up a whole page of stuff to just really sit and write
that's
out.
What people think, you have to have a whole page, but some days my journal look like 3 or 4 sentences. Yeah. And some days my journal is a whole page. But I've been trying to be intentional on, like, journaling when I have good days too, because we just get used to journaling when we have bad days. And so your journal full of bad things. But that's why I like that, like, write down, like, one thing your body allowed you to do. Or when you were saying, write down one thing that sums up your day. Like, that's why I told you I wanted to start doing like, it's a jar. And each week you write down, like, one good thing that happened that week. And I've not been consistent with it, but I'm going to try to be. But I think that's beneficial because then you look back on the year and be like, this was a bad year, but was it really? Like, go back to that jar and see how many good things happened. And it's each week, so you should have at least, 52 things good things that happened that week. And if it was 2 good things that happened throughout the year, my bad, then you have more than that. But I think just being intentional on journaling when it's good and it's bad, so you can reflect on it all. Like, dang, this day, like, look how quick it could change, or,
how much can actually change in a day. And that's what I'm telling you. I know that's going to be beneficial for me because some days I just don't be having any to just sit there and just write, or just sit there and just really think about, like, what it is I want to jot down versus writing down 2 or 3 things and being done with it, like, good or bad. So that's just something y'all can start doing if you guys would like to. If not, if it resonates with you, do it. If it don't, it's okay. Just stay tuned for what I might have for you to do next week. Yeah. Moving right along, you guys. So this episode is really not going to be that long, but a friend sent me a screenshot of someone that reached out asking, like, I guess, like, what it is that is needed, or how to even start, like, a podcast. Yeah. And I think it was very funny that like, she chose to reach out to, like, us, because I'm like, I mean, of course, like we're a year in, but I still feel like we babies in the game. Like still babies in the game.
I was making a note of
I feel like it's an honor.
And I was like, man, I feel like am I right to give advice? But
right. That's what I'm saying. I felt a little honored to even, you know.
Yeah. And she's not the only one. I feel like people.
We had people here and there, yeah.
Somebody the same day, like that same morning, this other dude was like, hey, it was like a high school joke. He was like, hey, granddaughter, like he used to call me granddaughter in high school. He was like, hey, granddaughter, I like whenever you get time, I need to chat with you about the podcast. And I just been busy and I ain't got back to him. But I'm like, man, and it's so many people like, man, y'all encourage me. Like, I really want to start. Like, I really want to do it, but I don't know how to start. And so we just here to give you some advice. Like, we still learning as we go. This is a 2-woman show. Like, we do this all on our own. So it's just our advice to get you started, to encourage you.
Yeah,
that
do your own research. Just a big disclaimer. These are just things that we
work for us.
Yeah, that work for us and things that we suggest. Like I'm saying, still go out and do some more extensive research or work with what's within your budget. Like we're gonna get into all that because I made like a little note thing.
I made some notes.
But yeah, I just don't want to be the person that somebody comes back and be like, hey, I went and got this and it didn't work, or hey, I tried this and it didn't work for me. Because my job is just I'm just being there, like, to give you the information. It's up to you to do with it as you please. I don't want nobody, we all grown, I don't want nobody running back to me asking me X, Y, and Z, this, that, third, after you done did X, Y, and Z. Now, if I can help after you got it, then I'm going to do it. But at the same time, to each his own. Yeah. I done put you on game, now it's up to you to utilize the game.
Right. And like Fred was saying, like, I do feel honored, but at the same, I feel honored to, like, help. And I don't want anybody to feel like we've been ignoring DMs or I'm not trying to ignore you, but we feel like we got our own lives and like, this is enough encouragement to everybody that's our age, to everybody that's around the same area we in. Like, we just started and we just been getting into it. I want to say this first. Consistency is key. Yeah. Like, number one, when you choose to do podcasts, be dedicated to it. Don't do it just because everybody else doing it. Don't do it just because, or don't do it the same way. Right. We do it the same way.
There's nothing to be an inspiration, but I mean, you know what I'm gonna say? If you wanna, if somebody just chooses to just go verbatim on everything we do, that's cool. Because I hear K Hood say it all the time. It's a lot of people doing free reviews. There's a lot of people that use my style, but you know, it's actually still in the end flattering to see like, dang, like I have that much of an influence on someone for them to even want to critique me and be like me as such. Not saying people are. I'm just saying in general, but I wouldn't be mad if you do so. I mean, hey, because everybody gonna do what they do, but everybody ain't gonna do it like the duo.
That's right. And we always talk about on this platform that we're like, we ain't gatekeeping nothing, so this will work for us. And here we go. What you got in?
So the first thing I put is equipment, and I guess just name like the basics. I guess you need to start your podcast. So I'll say what we start with, and then if you want to add like what they can use, then we just go from there. Okay. So like I said, this is just us. When we started, we were in a place to get very professional, like, or I feel like we even had a idea already of like how we wanted our setup to be. So ponder on that first. I got that on here too. It said I put like scenery, or whatever. So this gonna go hand in hand, like your equipment and your scenery. We just said it once before. We record off an iPad, a very updated iPad. We use a iPad stand. We use a ring light, 2 mics, mic holders, and a MacBook.
Right. And we use what's it called?
The interface?
The
audio interface. You get that on Amazon. Everything that we started off with, except for the iPad. You might be able to find your iPad and MacBook on there too. But the equipment wise versus the technology, like the outlet.
I think that stand came from Walmart. Yeah. And the actual iPad holder came from Amazon. Yeah. So.
Ring light you can get off Amazon. These mics you can find mics on Amazon. Like for instance, you can find a tripod stand. You ain't gotta use a tripod. You can prop up your phone. If you got a good quality phone, fix the settings on your phone, prop your phone up, record out there. A suggestion I would suggest people to do starting out, really all you need is a phone and a mic.
Mm-hmm. And they got those mics on Amazon or Walmart. Yes. I think Walmart's selling now too.
Whatever your budget is, you can go for the starting off the little starter mic. Quality gonna be the sound just the same.
Yep.
If you ain't gonna be into wanting to do all the interface and everything, because it's a lot that's gonna come with that. And here we is a year in and we still critiquing and learning a lot with it. So,
and we understand that like MacBooks and iPads. Shout out to the gifts, because these were gifts. Let's say that. They are expensive. Like, let's be honest. It pays for quality. So, don't think that you got to have our quality starting out. Like, just grow. Focus like, we're upgrading too still. Like, you still got room to upgrade. But like Frank said, you can start with a phone. An old phone, you know what I'm saying? One thing that something I posted, I put on here was an area or room in your house. Mm-hmm. Starting out, like, I had an extra bedroom, so we just decorated that bedroom as the studio.
Yeah,
but
so I see probably didn't peep that too. Like, we don't, we changed it up because we're not with the green background no more. But things happen, life happen, and we do what we gotta do. We gonna be honest. This setup right now is my living room.
Yeah, so, and I see people like. Girls that start their podcast, they're at their desk, like in their room, a nice background, room. Mm-hmm. This one girl, she got just a chair. It's like a little, like, you know, the little tables you set up and eat up. Like she set her stuff right there. She got her chair in the corner, her mic hooked up, I think, to her computer. Mm-hmm. It's just her, and a little like mic with a USB and. She record like that, and it sounds good to me. Like, so you don't like just know you don't always have to be. You can start small, like that. Just do it. Just do it. Just start it.
Cause it don't matter what the setup is. It's about the content you're gonna be putting out and what it's gonna look like once you critique and all of that.
Also, I want to mention we started doing our audio on Anchor, which is now Spotify for podcasters. And so look into that as well. It's free.
You can do 30-minute episodes. And just to start out,
and it's easy to episode. Upload the audio to other platforms as well.
Because, since you mentioned that, I'm going to jump down here to where I put audio and video. If you want to be someone, because I've had this question too, people have asked, like, you know, for the people that don't want to be seen or whatever, you just want to put the content out but don't want to have to be seen, like, in front of a camera. That is for people just like that just want to put audio-only content out. If you don't got to worry about being seen, you don't got to worry about showing your face. You can just let people listen to your episodes every week. And that is very, very more comfortable for people that, you know, they're not camera shy. They don't really like to just be in front of the camera.
Yes.
Oh, let me go.
You can go.
I put this is gonna go hand in hand. I put target audience and topic and subjects. So now we say target audience. Like we said, we were very strategic when we started out. Like when I tell y'all, we can show y'all, we had a very long list of things in our notes of topics and subjects and just stuff that we would want to talk about on our platform, because we were already people that talked about any and everything with each other. So we was like, let's just make a list of topics for like we feel like we can discuss for like y'all to like put out. But I say target audience because we tell y'all this happens in these videos. My target audience right now, the realm that we're in, I'm not looking for no somebody auntie or the grandma to hear this. If it resonates with them, it resonates. But this podcast is to help my generation get through day-to-day life and to just give our views on things that we feel like we be facing at our age. Mm-hmm. Like, I'm not looking for what I say always to resonate with my mama or my uncle or my mentor or just anybody. I'm not looking, even for a younger crowd, like I say, at least if y'all about I don't feel like everything I say gonna resonate with my niece and my nephew. So, you know, I feel like just with our age range, like, I feel like the good 20 to, what we'll say, I'll say like, 20, 20, I'd say like within that little 10 years, like 20 to 30, you know what I'm saying? That's who we're reaching out to.
So when you start your podcast, like, of course you're gonna come up with a name. Think about like who you want to target. So that's why I said niche, target audience. Like, who am I talking to? What do I want to talk about? Because you also don't want to have a podcast where like it's too much going on.
Because in a sense, that's why y'all gonna want to write out stuff to talk about, so you can have. So you just don't get burnt out or just be going around in circles talking about the same things. Like, granted, some things might happen and you might have to speak on it twice, or they worth making part twos, or making another episode about that later on down the line. But just start off with writing out them topics, and it's gonna help.
She mentioned we made a long list, but we didn't even, in a year, we didn't even get through that long list. Like, just know over time you're going to evolve and change, and your mindset is going to change. So things you want to talk about
in different energies one day. You might prepare to talk about these that day, but when you come, I don't know, when it's the day come, friend, no, we done said sometimes like, hey, we might have to change what we're gonna talk about today. Like, this on my heart, like, this what we need to talk about. So. And that's a subject you can just say for another day.
And then something else I said mention going live. Even if you don't have all this, right? Like, say you just want to start your podcast on Facebook. You can literally go on Facebook, 20-minute live, and have a podcast. Like, just talk to your audience on Facebook. Like, it could be that simple. Like, just getting yourself out. So, if you feel like, or Instagram, and you could just save the live. Like, you don't necessarily have to upload, do all that. If you don't got time to do that, or if you don't got the money, or whatever it may be, but like, you could just go live on Facebook. I know a lot of podcasts that started from just that. So, I just wanted to mention that. And what else I had on here? Oh, and going hand in hand with like your niche, you know, that I put on here. Be yourself. Your ideas are great. Like, just come on here being you. What does Destiny want to talk about? What does Trinity want to talk about? Like, what fits me as a person? I'm never going to come on this camera, on this platform, and be somebody else. Like, just be yourself. And I feel like that's going to draw who need to be in your
resonate.
Like, who needs to be your supporters. Like, that's going to draw. Because be Simone, be herself. Megan, be herself. And they draw the audience they want. Like, or who needs to hear it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
they still got followers and supporters that followed them even after they split up. Like,
So. And so more people, and speaking of that, like, they was together, now they split, and Megan doing her own thing, B Simone doing her own thing. Like, some people from them being together might have went and followed Megan because they might see themselves on that journey, like that type of journey, the more spiritual side. Like, just be yourself, and all your ideas are great.
I put this kind of go like hand in hand with that, but I put what will make your podcast stand out from others, because the podcast field is very oversaturated.
Yes.
Sorry, not sorry. Like I said, we are still babies in the game with a lot to learn. And this journey is not like your average, not saying it can't be, because it can. It's not going to be like your average YouTube journey. Even with that, like, still trying to like grow our audience on YouTube versus the fans and support that we get like through Instagram, and it's two totally different things. So like, what is it that you feel like you're gonna be bringing? Because we're just very intentional people, so I can only give y'all intentional advice. Like, what are you gonna be bringing to this realm that you feel like will make your podcast like stand out from a lot of podcasts that are already out? Because that's why a lot of people don't even tune into a lot of podcasts, because they feel like, oh, they're just talking about the same little pop culture stuff. So what is it that you feel like you're going to be bringing to the table that's a little different than what's already out here? You might gravitate more towards what you already listen to, and that's okay. But like friend said, don't come on here thinking you got to talk about this, then the third, or like what's going on just to fit in with that type of content. Because if that's the case, we'll be on here every week just gossiping about what happened over the weekend, or every little thing. Every little thing that we see that's going on in the media, and like, that's not the case. We might take something from that media clip and like dissect down like why they probably even went into that state of talking about what they talked about. But to just get up on here, we're just not in that space of doing it. So Yes, just be mindful about that. Also I put like theme/logo. We kind of just talked about that. Like, what do you if you choose to have a logo, if you don't want to have one just yet, it's not something you just gotta have before you get your platform started. But eventually, like, if it's something you plan on doing in the long run, which is something we also see, we're still in the making of trying to do. Like, whenever you get to a point to where you want it to be like legalized to, get monetized off of to make that content, it is something to think about.
Yes. Also speaking on that, use Canva and CapCut.
Yes.
I'm putting y'all on because Canva and CapCut is gonna save you every time. Even if you don't have a podcast, Canva, you can make a flyer, make a whatever you need for your job, like literally like everything. Like, go get it. CapCut is how we make the reels, like. Yeah. And I'm sure y'all see CapCut, people use it on TikTok all the time.
All the time.
Something I want to touch on, storage. Let me tell you about storage. Listen, so this is one thing that I was very frustrated about, like, especially in the beginning, but now I'm understanding that, like, everybody who does media, anything, whether it's photography, YouTube, whatever, they run out of storage. It's going to happen.
Happened to us during all the photo shoots.
Like, it's going to happen, but I would suggest have a, what's it called? External source.
Yes, you're going to have to break down it eventually by storage.
Yeah, buy storage, or like my sister, she do YouTube and stuff. She recommend like having a memory card and just putting the other videos on there. Yeah. That stuff is still complicated and it frustrates me. But just know you're going to run into storage problems. Yes. It's okay. Take a deep breath, count to 10, backwards, okay? Because I done had to do it. Because it is very frustrating when you're trying to record a video and it cuts you off, or when you're trying to save your video to upload to YouTube. It is frustrating.
I will say to y'all, if you're gonna be on YouTube, the shorter your video, the quicker it uploads. Yes. And I kind of had that on here too. Length of videos on how I skipped over it. Like we said, if you somebody that you just have little motivational talks, you probably just want to have a little rant here and there. Like, you ain't gotta make no hour-long video. You don't gotta make no 30-minute video. You can make little 15, 20-minute episodes. Like, one podcast I started watching, where that I was watching was Light Skin Keisha and her husband. Yeah. Their episodes be 30 minutes long. Right. And they talk about a lot within them, like their little 30 to 40 minutes. Yes. They get a lot of information in there. So.
Well, even Tyreek, I don't think his been there but like 15, 20 minutes. Yeah. Like, you don't have to be an hour long. You don't have to be Charleston White interview 3 hours long.
Yeah, like, you ain't got to be Breakfast Club.
Especially, okay, let me say this too. Do not compare yourself to famous people.
These big, because y'all gotta understand they have a big, larger audience, so
they already had that before they started a podcast. They already have the money. They already
have the crowd to watch them for that long. Because starting out, you gotta think this is something you gotta be willing to grab people's attention to and want them to listen in on. So,
and never give up on yourself. Stay consistent. Stay consistent. Stay consistent. Yes. I think that was the best thing we could have did. Like this past year, like, was staying consistent. And sometimes, at first, if y'all been here that long, we were dropping 2 episodes a week. Like,
because sometimes it was getting so backed up. Like, we had started last year in February, but before we even put our first episode out, we had recorded like 4 episodes that was just already in the clip before we just released them, because we was already recording before we even was able to get everything together, because we was like, even when we start, we're gonna be having to make sure we had that content to start putting out. So just make the content, just make the videos, even if you keep them and don't upload them, but don't be just only recording like on the day you supposed to record. Like, there's nothing wrong with like having that extra content like already in the bag. And this was the last thing I had on here. It's just team or solo. So yes, there are 2 of us that run this platform. Some of y'all might have enough pull to where you ain't gotta start it with nobody. You might want to start with your homegirls, but do be mindful that, like we say, this is something you gotta be consistent with. So if you know your homegirls ain't gonna be able to meet up every week, that's where that bulk shooting gonna need to come in at, because
I was gonna mention that bulk shooting.
Bulk shooting,
yeah. Like, you don't have a lot of time. You just got one day out the week. Shoot 2 episodes.
So in a day, because that's the main thing. That consistency, like, So be mindful of that. Do you want to start this and start with your friends, but you don't know if they're going to be able to show up and be dependable on it every week? Like, if this is something you think about doing for the long run, you might have to start off by yourself, and that's okay. And then later on down the line, you know, if y'all want to collab or just have your friends on episodes here and there, that's cool. But the bad about it, you want this to be your podcast, or do you want it to be something you do with your friends? And, you know, a lot of people get scared of that, saying, you know, going into business with their friends or whatever, it might cause problems. But this duo does not have that problem, because 9 times out of 10, we are always on the same page with a lot of things. We already knew in the beginning this was going to be a partnership. Like, this is something we definitely are investing into, like, for the long run. So,
and we weren't we did this because we wanted to, so it wasn't like, oh, we're doing this for the money, we're doing this because we're trying to get this amount of followers. We did it because we felt like we had, I say, a gift to just share words and share our experiences in life.
And we like to talk. We like to talk.
We do like talk.
That's why we started it. So just think about that. You want to do it with a team, or if you want to just do it solo, just ride that wave out. It's okay, boo. It's okay.
It's all right. And something while we talking about friends and all that, something that you have to realize, especially if we're gonna have guests, everybody's gonna. Dang, how do I want to put it? You don't have to let everybody on your platform. Let me say that. I don't care if y'all been friends X, Y, long, whatever. Like, it's okay. Some people do not. Some people just background people.
Yeah.
Some people, I don't know. Like, know who you want to target and know how that's going to affect your platform. Like, you have a platform to protect at this point. So, some of my friends, I'm just not going to let on here.
Allow them, yeah.
Because that's not who I'm trying to
gravitate towards
or I like that.
Depending on what type of platform you have or the content you're gonna be putting out, that's probably gonna be a big one. Like, everybody is not meant to be in front of the camera. We say that again. Everybody is not meant to be in front of this camera, but it just depends on the type of content you plan on putting out, because the stuff you talk about might be worth you having those type of people on your platform.
Right.
But we got a vision for this, and we got like I ain't gonna say agenda. I don't really like to use the word agenda.
Agenda, yeah.
But we have like a goal in mind, or like a goal that we want to put out. So, and morals within this platform, like that we just lines we ain't gonna cross and same stuff. And I ain't sitting here to just. Some of your friends just like to gossip and do all that. This ain't all. Yes. In my mind, I'm deluded with this. This is still a business, and I refuse to let anybody come up on my platform. That's a good one. And think of your podcast as a business. And this is your image. This is your reputation. So that one little clip you think that nobody gonna remember from when you had such and such on there, they're gonna remember. They're gonna track you down. We just talked last week about how invested people be in other people's business when it comes to putting this content out. So be very mindful. And don't be so worried about somebody stealing your ideas. Like she said before, we're gonna do it. It's gonna happen for the duo how it's supposed to happen. It's gonna happen for you how it's supposed to happen. Who cares if they steal their ideas? They ain't you. They ain't you. So just look at it as you being an inspiration to others to want to, be more like you. Yeah. And that's okay. Just if they like you. Because listen, if you grow up, they going to do that anyway. You going to influence somebody anyway. They're going to try to take your ideas anyway. Even the ones that taking, you still inspiring them. But this generation, stop gatekeeping. We passed that out. That's why we making this video, because we don't care to share. That's what this platform is about. Like, each one teach one. We all trying to make it. It's enough room for everybody at the top. I don't care what they tell you. Man. It's just about who all you plan on trying to take to the top. To the top. You. Okay. So, yeah. If y'all have any more questions, our DMs are open. Y'all can always, reply to the post. Reach out on our story. Reach out. We can help. We will. Closed mouths don't get fed. So, we will help as much as we can. So, but yeah. Trying to make sure we haven't really missed nothing. We told y'all about how to start, what you're going to need, what to use, the topics you're going to need.
If y'all do not live in Arkansas, or even people that do live in Arkansas, there is places called like workspaces or something that like in bigger cities have like where you can rent out like a space to do your podcast if you don't have a space. Some of those spaces be like $50 for a certain amount of hours. Just look it up in your area. I think it's like workspaces or something.
Or someone like Pure Space.
Yeah, or something like that.
Some people do be putting their stuff on like they places to rent.
So and like Atlanta has like the content house and stuff like that. Like look into those things too.
But if you can't get to those things, like we said in the beginning,
just sit
prop their phone up and just start. Just go. Like you ain't gotta hear about this whole fancy stuff. You gotta start somewhere, and you gotta just remember to embrace the journey. It's still a journey. Like
man. And we just wish y'all the best of luck on y'all journey. We hope this video help somebody.
Yeah.
And thank y'all for,
I really just hope y'all soak up the game and just really take heed to the information, because we said people have been reaching out to us asking like, wait a second, we like, let's just dedicate a video for them to
learn.
Just go and watch, like, because we can sit up here and tell you or make you a list, but I just feel like some of y'all learn better when you get it like this. Like actually seeing us talk about it and putting it out there, stop the video, take your notes, all that good stuff versus me trying to send you a voice message talking about this, that, and third.
And like we still learning, so some of the questions I might not be able to answer.
But if I know somebody that can, I'll
TikTok,
them your way.
TikTok know the answers.
Be your best friend.
Yeah, TikTok, YouTube, look it up.
Well, I think, like I said, hopefully if we didn't answer anything that y'all do have questions on, just comment below, DM us like we said, and we are more than happy to help you guys. Start y'all little journey, because we still on our little journey, so we ain't got all the answers.
And we love a good podcast, so maybe we tune in, collab, whatever.
Right. But I guess that's gonna wrap up this episode. Y'all have been tuned in to another episode of DNT Podcast. Like, comment, subscribe. You never disappointed. Y'all gonna be surprised when you hop on this channel. So tell a friend and tell a friend and tell a friend and tell a friend about DNT.
And her friend and their friends and their boyfriends and their girlfriends.
And anybody that wants to talk like and I'm Tamika Roche.
I'm Destiny Lee.
Signing out. We love y'all.